Hari Om. Dear students, welcome to you all for the lesson agriculture. We know that agriculture is the oldest human activity, which is the most important of all primary activities of human being. But remember, it was agriculture only that brought us out of forests, isn't it? It is still a primary or basic activity of the people all over the country, all over the world. It is the means of livelihood of almost 66% of the people in India. It is the backbone of our economic activity. Clear? It produces not only food to us, but also it's a major source of industrial raw materials. It feeds industry. Still, children, over the years, the cultivation method has changed significantly, isn't it? What it was by the early man, and now you see what it is now with us. Here question may come to our mind regarding this changing method of agriculture in our day-to-day life. So here, students, the reasons are like this: our available physical environment, technological skill development, social and cultural practices, and variation in climate and soil from place to place and time to time. Children, you might be curious to know about this agriculture, which is the oldest activity of the humankind. What is it? How is it different from farming? Isn't it? Dear aspirants, here, don't be confused. Farming is the process of the implementation of agricultural activities. For example, intensive farming, collective farming, factory farming. What is factory farming? It means a system of rearing of livestock using highly intensive technologies. Clear? Also, like example, you can give organic farming, etc. Similarly, agriculture on the other hand, this word derived from two Latin words, agro and culture. Agro means field, culture means to cultivation, to cultivate. So, dear students, it is a science of field cultivation, including the harvesting of crops, rearing and managing of livestock, animal husbandry, and many more. Children, here we will discuss the main types of farming practices. They are primitive subsistence farming, clear, intensive subsistence farming, and commercial or plantation farming. Now let's see the primitive subsistence farm in detail. Dear children, remember, it is the oldest method of farming over the world since humans started growing crops. It is called shifting agriculture, shifting farming. Here, a piece of forest land is cleared by falling trees and cutting the bushes and grasses. These are then burnt, as a result of which it is also called a slash and burn agriculture. Then the crops are grown for 2 to 3 years, and the farmer then shifts to a new forest land when the fertility of the soil reduced naturally due to leaching of top soil. After 10 to 12 years, the farmer again come back to this previous land to grow his crops. Remember children, this is also called bush farming. Clear? Now question may come to your mind that which crops are grown here, which crops are raised in this slash and burn agriculture or in shifting agriculture. The answer is cereals and food crops. Here the farmer uses his primitive tools to use for this growing the crops. In this primitive substance, the family members are engaged as farm laborer and they produce for their family or at best local consumption. Children, do you know this farming is completely dependent on monsoonal rainfall and natural fertility, and this farming is done in hill slopes. Farmers mostly experience nomadic life, and this farming has different names in different parts of the world, like ladang in Indonesia, roca in Brazil, conuco in Venezuela, milpa in Central America. Similarly, in India also, it is called bewar in MP, podu and penda in Andhra Pradesh, kuruwa in Jharkhand, dipa in Bastar, komen and bringa in Odisha, and children, it is called jhuming in northeast part of India, especially Manipur, Meghalaya, Assam, Nagaland. In these areas it is called so-called.